Hello friend, in this lecture we will discuss on the table element in HTML. So friend, let's start. The table row element is used to represent data in the form of rows and columns. That is, whenever our requirement is to represent some data in the form of rows and columns, then we will use the table element in HTML. The table element will have an opening table tag and also the closing table tag. And in between this opening table tag and the closing table tag, we will have the table row element. Now this table row element is used to create a row in the HTML table. And each of this table row element will have an opening table row tag and its corresponding closing table row tag. Now inside this table row element we can have two kind of cell which will be used either for storing the column header information or for storing the actual table data. The first kind of cell inside the table row element is known as the header cell element, and this header cell element is used to give or display the column header inside that table. And this header cell element again have an opening header cell tag and also the closing header cell tag, and the content in between this opening header cell tag and the closing header cell tag will be considered as the column header. Please note that the content inside this header cell tag will appear in a boldface and are center aligned within that cell. The second kind of cell is known as the standard cell element. Again, the standard cell element will have an opening standard cell tag and also the closing standard cell tag. And this standard cell is used as a container for the actual data for the table. Please note that the content of the standard cell element will be left aligned within the cell and will be of normal text, not like the header cell element where it was boldface. A very important point to remember, in between this opening table row tag and the closing table row tag, we can have one or more header cell element or one or more standard cell elements. Thus, so far, whatever we have seen, we can summarize that the standard HTML table will consist of a table element, a table row element, header cell element, and a standard cell element. Now, let me quickly show you a sample code snippet where we have used the table element inside which we have two table row element. So this is the first table row element and this is the second table row element. Inside the first table row element we have two header cell element. Inside the first header cell element we have the content as serial number, and inside the second header cell element we have the content as name. Likewise, inside the second table row element, we have two standard cell elements, and each of the standard cell element is having a data or the content as 1 and Paul. Thus, when this code get rendered in a browser, we will get the output as shown here. Now, if we see here the column header, that is serial number and name are in boldface, and this are center aligned. Though here we will not be able to actually get that proof that it is centrally aligned, but when we do the practical hands-on, I will show you like with some proper data where this column will be shown as center aligned within that cell. And if you notice here this data are of normal face, not the bold face like how it was displayed for the header cell, and this all are left aligned. Just one more thing I would like to highlight. A more complex table may include the caption element, a table column element, table column group element, table header element, table footer element, and a table body element. But don't worry, as of now, with this type of element, we will have a separate dedicated lecture to describe each of this element in details. So this is about the table element and its child element like the table row element, header cell element, and the standard cell element in HTML. Thank you for watching.